Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be starting this lovely football orange basketball, whatever you want to call it. It is a ball and we're going to be doing this and starting it today. Now we can't multi-place in this. When I was looking at this, I thought we could multi-place it. There are aspects up here where it's a lot of swapping of colours, so it's K2, 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 so it's like 2, 2, K2, K2, K2. So you see it's a lot of swapping. Once we get a little bit into this section, there are bits and pieces where we can colour block, but for the time being, we're going to be doing that. It's going to be like a dark and black colour, and I think it will really make the orange stand out. So we're going to go up here and kickstart this off. It's a sort of like midnight sort of blue. I used to have a wow called that, and there's a black colour there. But yeah, so I thought I'd start this because obviously I've just been finished. Well, I finished it a couple of days ago, but oh crap, hang on, that's K. Not a good start, is it? Get that changed out, I'll get that one there. I'm not happy with that. But yeah, I was looking through my file to see which one I fancied doing next, and it takes me a while because like there's so many ones I want to start, and I thought, you know what, I really fancy, I've done so many animals lately, I'd like to start something a little bit different, so I thought I'd do a bit of this football. We're going to do this for half an hour today, or about 35 minutes, because I always like to do the first one a little bit short as like an introduction, and I've got housework to do. So I'm waiting for Amazon to deliver the toilet bleach because where possible, I will always order it online because I don't like carrying bags and shopping back. My rucksack broke, and trying to find another rucksack is quite difficult because the make that I did have, I can't find anywhere. So I don't want like a cheap crappy bag, you know, them ones that have that little block on the side and you can plug your phone charger in or whatever. I don't want them, they're cheap crap. So I want to try and find like I did find a similar one, like a laptop bag, because I'm always, whenever I go to my relatives, I have to take my laptop over there so that I can get on with like my emails and stuff. And yeah, I don't really want a laptop bag. I just want something that's not too big, not too small, but just right for me to, you know, take my laptop, take my packed lunch. I don't always take a packed lunch, but obviously if I'm working that day, I do need to have lunch with me. You know, nothing too bulky. Obviously it's got to be big enough for me to carry parcels back if I get any parcels. I mean, normally when I get my packages, I take them out of the parcel box anyway, and then I just, you know, put the contents in my bag and stuff. But yeah, I think this is going to be quite nice. It's nice that they've got that lovely blue, dark blue touch here. It's really quite lovely. So I can see going all the way down here, that's colour blocks. So we might be able to do a bit of colour blocking. Right, let me get some wax loaded up. Okay, lovely. Love it when you get bits like this. Unfortunately with this pen I can't swap the heads round like this, so I will be using different pens in this so that we can get whatever it is colour block that we can do. And yeah, so sometimes the jewels don't always come up right when you pick on it, so you have to sort of like give it a bit of an assistance there. But yeah, I'm really quite enjoying this one. I think it's, as I said, if that's wavery, don't worry, once we've got one there, it pushes it into alignment anyway. So, but yeah, I really wanted to get started on this. As I said, I do have a little wow that his name was Midnight. I think it was a girl wow actually. And there was another one called Soul. They're part of the Wow and Dolphin Conservation Charity. So yeah, really, really lovely. There is a 4 in this, but we'll do that next time. because obviously all my trays are at full capacity at the moment. So, and that one's not kitted up. So we'll do that next time, I think. And we've got a K under there. Okay, so... But this pen as well feels very heavy because it's got batteries in it. So, yeah. Okay, oh, look at that. It goes right the way across again. Brilliant. This is where it can get really sort of like... Was that a K or a 2? It was a K. This is where it can get really sort of like confusing because you're going to swap and change all the time. But I have just been watching the I've just remembered my bedding has not been took out the washing machine, but never mind, I'll have to do that after. But for the third time I've just been watching a film called A Man Called Otto, or A Man Named Otto, and unfortunately it's not available on Netflix or Disney Plus or Prime without renting it. So I had to pay like a £3 rental fee, and I thought, you know what, it's £3 pish posh. You know, I don't like to pay rental fees because the problem is if I don't like the film, that's like £3 wasted, but that's why you rent it, right? And it was really, really good. I mean, any films with Tom Hanks is always going to be such an amazing film. And it's about this guy who's a widower, and he basically moans over everything, and halfway through the story he tries to hang himself, and then someone falls in the train track and he picks him up because no one else was helping, and then he just randomly stands there in front of the train, and then the guy said, "Take my hand," and he gets back on the platform because obviously he's lost his wife, and everyone that comes in the neighbourhood he's got a problem with, and such an amazing story. And then at the end he makes friends with this, well, throughout the story he's friends with this Mexican lady that's just moved into the block, and throughout the story it's just really, really lovely. Such an amazing sort of story, and I really, really enjoyed it. So really did. It's not very often I get the time to sit down and watch a film, but sort of like Saturdays and Sundays, if I'm off that day, I like to you know, sit down, and that's just sort of like my days where I just sort of like sit down and watch TV, really have a good old catch up with anything that I've recorded or any YouTube videos I've got to catch up to. So yeah. But as you can see, my washi tape ran out, so I've had to use half of the white, half of the red, and then I've got like a different spotted one down here. Things you have to do, right? But with washi tape, I tried to get tape that matches it. I was having a look on Temu last night, and they've got some really, really lovely washi tapes on there, really cheap as well. But I do like to buy the ones from the Works, because them ones, them ones from the Works, they actually have like boxes of 24 sometimes, and that's where I got all my Christmas ones. And I had to look in my wardrobe for the washi tape because I've got a shelf in there, and didn't really find anything suitable, so I just thought, go. I mean, this one's really for like, you know, Valentine's or something like that, you know, but I've got loads of the Christmas ones. But yeah, so this will be coming to the channel on a Saturday, because most football's on a Saturday. So I thought I'd do it for Saturday. And I'm going to stop saying Saturday. But yeah, most of these you've got quite a good colour, because you've got 2 lots of the K and 2 lots of the 2, but they look very similar. So it was a really, really good one to start off with, really. So let me see if I can multiply some of this. I feel like an artist, you know, where they go like that, like they've got half a dozen paintbrushes in their hands, because they're always swapping and changing colours, because obviously each brush has a different colour on it. It's really quite good. I've got to do a bit more of my Hogwarts Express, but I was like, do you know what, I really want to get, it was on my mind to start doing. So yeah. And after this I will have a cup of tea, unwind, and sit down and try and clear some of the box that needs that needs free room on it, so that more can record. I've always got to keep on top of the recording, because I've got to make sure there's enough space for other programs that are coming up. So, but I had Amazon today and I couldn't believe it. For some reason it used to be Cambridge, and now they've changed it to a depot in Harlow. And normally when I get deliveries, I'm waiting until 6-7 o'clock before I get it, and I don't know what it is, but it seems like food items or toiletries always come early, and this must have been the first time I've ever had an early delivery from Harlow, and it was out at like 10 o'clock and came by 11, so that was just like brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But what they've done is they've shipped them all in separate packages, but only 2 of them come, so I've got 2 of them and another one's on a different van, so yeah, I've got to wait. But yeah. But it's just been nice to have that chill time, you know, which doesn't happen throughout the week. Because I work Monday to Friday, sometimes I get Thursday off. If I want to get annual leave, I've still got like, I think it's like 30 hours or so left, or I don't know how many, I'll have to have a look at it, but it's just nice to have a day off. With me, if I have a day off, I need 2 days together. I can't have one here and one there. I need it 2 days at least, you know, to catch up on, you know, shopping or anything that I can't do while I'm working, because when you're working, it does take a lot of your time up, you know. You barely get any time to yourself. You come home, if you need to go shopping, you've got to do it the same day you come home, because you know you're going to be working the next day. It's just, you can only really do what you can do. And then when you think you've got a day off, you're catching up on things that you've missed doing throughout the week. So this is gorgeous. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. I think they bring out another Big Mac. It's called not a Big Mac, it's spicy something. So, yeah. But yes, Tuesday, I've got this bloody surveyor coming in. Because for some reason my repairs, they will not do it until this surveyor's come in, because I've raised so many repairs. Well, you shouldn't bodge it up, should you? But I've made a report to the Housing Ombudsman, and I will make sure they compensate me for waiting another 2 weeks, because that's not right. And then they're supposed to be replacing all the windows over here that we've been promised since 2021. So, and again, that will be refused, because I've had no letter to say that they're replacing these. I mean, obviously we were told in 2021, but their excuse was we can't do it due to COVID, even though it's outside and you can wear a mask. But no, you know. And what don't make sense is other repairs were happening through COVID, and they kept a mask as well, so, and they kept 2 distance, like 2 centimetres distance, but for some apparent reason that was their excuse. And I've had no email to say, I mean, obviously the CEO wrote us a letter and said to everyone that we're supposed to be getting these new windows, But as I said, I've had no letter to say that they're happening on this day. And this guy knocked on my door the other day, and it was like, right, we're replacing your windows on the 25th. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was a bit shocked because, like, as I said, this is like the first I've heard of it. I've not had any letter to say that this is happening on the 25th. So I got back and I emailed my landlord and I said, look, can you give me the contractor's name so that I can email and, find out who's doing this, because I can't, I've not had no letter about it, so I need to look into that. And he was like in an office shirt, he weren't wearing any ID or anything, so whenever someone does a repair, I always ask for ID. But yeah. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Oh yeah, man. But as you can see, it's a lot of swapping colours. It's like it's swap, 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 and then it goes in like a block method, and then it swaps out again. It's been a while since I've had a painting like this that's been different colours each square, so that's interesting to know. But yeah, so I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out is finished, and Marlin Class 1 won. Now remember guys, whenever I'm speaking, I'm always recording in advance, so if I'm talking about something that's happened months ago, that's the reason why. Because I have had some people say, are you recording in advance? Because this happened the other day, and I'm like, yes. I used to film it on the same day it uploaded, but I just think doing it in advance gets me a little bit ahead, and then I don't have to come in and think about doing videos. I can just like come in and unwind and lay down. And I like to come in and watch a video with a cup of tea and some biscuits and catch up on Netflix, because each day, because I'm paying for Netflix and Disney Plus, I have to watch some of Disney Plus one day, then Netflix the next, so that I get my money's worth. There was a time I paid for Netflix and I didn't use it the whole month, and I basically just got free money, which is my fault for not watching, but yeah. I think I should do a diamond painting in the dark, just to try and use this light pen up. But there was an article on the news the other day. Apparently there's this now a driverless vehicle, but they had a safety driver on there as well, and his hands weren't touching the wheel. He's just there in case it, like the computer breaks down, he can like override it. But they were saying that there's all these sensors outside of the bus that will tell the computer on the bus if it's too late to too late to go into this lane, that lane, or what, and it basically it's telling the bus what operation to do next. So yeah, wow. But yeah, I'm waiting for my Temu package to come, so that will be good. And then I got an email from, I don't know what diamond painting company it was, but they were saying that it's Mother's Day, and I was like, what? Mother's Day is like already happened. So, but I think it's other countries have it different times of the year. We have it in March here in the UK because I'm from the UK, and I think it's America that has it, or Australia. I think Peta said Australia. Yeah, I've heard Diamond Paints with Peta say that she's her Mother's Day is a different month. So yeah, I think America's the same, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll just get some ball wax. Oh, it looks like a film's coming on. Don't know what one that is. Am I recording that? I don't think it is. When I'm recording something, it will, if I'm watching a different programme, it will go at the top of the screen, now recording EastEnders. So we're about halfway through now, which is quite nice. Next time will be the 1 hour, because I do like to do about an hour. I know some of my YouTubers that I watch, they do it for like 12 hours solid. I don't know how you can do that. That would it would really tire me out. And then I was looking on Avatar, because for some apparent reason, Avatar, The Way of Water, was supposed to come to Disney on the 28th of April. And I emailed them and said, look, what's going on with it, you know? And they said they don't know. And I'm like, but you work for the company, like you should know that. And then I had to look on Google, and apparently last night it's been saying that it comes to Disney on June. And I'm thinking, well, why do they keep pushing it back? So I thought, you know what, forget it, I will just buy it digitally, which I don't like doing because I know that it will eventually come to Disney. But if I buy it digitally, I don't have to keep paying £8.99 a month. So that's what I'm thinking, like any films that I like, I can just like own the rights to it, but then I could cut that £8.99 a month, but I don't know. I don't know what's cheaper, but I just got so fed up with it, and I thought, you know, I've been waiting ages, I just want to see it, but it's a 3-hour movie, it's like really, really long. So I'm going to try and get round to that today if I can. But I can't really get on with nothing until, I don't like to sit down if I know that the parcel man's coming, because then I have to keep getting up. I like to sit down, watch TV, nice cup of tea, and just relax. But yeah. Having said that, I did watch Otto while I was waiting, but that driver came, so... So yeah, I don't know how long this window repair thing is, because what it is the windows, all the windows in everyone's houses over here have all got to be renewed, because we still have the brown version and most of the windows nowadays are the white, so they've got to upgrade them. And by the sounds of it, they said, because I heard him talking to one of my neighbours, and apparently they can get them all done in an hour. I can't see how that, you know, there's like 7 windows, so how are you gonna do all that in an hour? It ain't gonna happen. But yeah, so they should upgrade them. What is this? Looks like the Croods. Okay. If anyone's watched Professor Clump or the Nutty Professor, that is really funny. And again, in that Otto film, it was so funny because the woman kept, it sounded like she kept pulling up the clutch too much, because obviously the clutch in the car controls the gear stick. well, the gear stick controls the gears, but you have to push the clutch to get it into gear. So I've done that in learning to drive, and I don't think I could ever go back to a manual. I'd have to do automatic, because every time it's a very careful manoeuvre. If you pull it up too quick, it stalls it. If you do it too slow, it stalls it. So you have to sort of do it quick, but not too quick. But I'd have to go back to manual. I think I had a corned beef sandwich and cheese and onion crisps with while I was watching it, with some custard creams, which are my best friends, for biscuits. I'm getting a little bit bored of them, but you get, what I love about them is you get a lot in the pack, and they used to be 45p, but now they've gone up to 60p, so you might as well just call it a pound. But yeah. This is looking, I've got to have a look. Look at that. Oh yeah, man. It's not too dark and it's not too light. I really like that. It's a lovely dark blue colour. I'm trying to see if I've got anything that sort of colour, but I don't. I think it's like this colour actually, like my diary. It's sort of like that ribbon sort of colour. But yeah, it's pretty nice that. Very, very nice. Thanks very much. But yeah, I'm just going to put the fan on. It's a little bit hot in here. Maybe my thing's gone off. Yes. It's interesting because, like, when I first sort of like got into diamond painting, I would always single place it because I felt like multi-placing was cheating, but now I sort of get into multi-placing as well. I haven't forgot about doing square drills. I just, when I see a painting, I don't really look at the size, and I don't really look at the whether it's rounds or squares. So I just go with what I like. So yeah. But it's lovely today because we've had no rain. Although now I've said that, we'll probably get rain. But yeah, it's just been really, really lovely weather today for once. Has anyone ever done like a picture like I'm doing now, like it's like swap, like different colour every drill, and you put two of the same colour down when it's supposed to be a different colour every square? I dare say I've done it more than one occasion. So yeah. I was like, did I make tea? And yes, I have got some tea. So I'm just going to take a little slurp of that. It's nearly stone cold. Oh, lovely. I do need to bring back coffee though, because the problem is with me, when I drink tea, as soon as it's finished, I put the kettle back on again. So I can probably get through a pack of 240 tea bags in a day. I just feel like I always need it on, like, always need it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'd like to do a Stuart Little diamond painting. That'd be quite good. Or like a Man U painting, because I support Man U. That'd be quite nice. I think my friend Peter Webster does as well. If you're watching, Peter, if I've got that wrong, just correct me. So I'm not really sure why they've done this like in a dark colour, because I don't know. What would you say these flicks are? Now I've got these metal multiplacers, I feel like I've got to do that. I feel like I'm really, like, I don't know. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this is the thing as well with diamond painting, is you're always finding that they're bringing out new things and you're always upgrading things. And there is actually this tool, it's like a pen thing with a rolly thing at the top, and it's a big round disc, and you put all the jewels in and you sort of roll it along, so you sort of like, do you see what I mean? But that you would have to have quite a long, like from there to there, of the same colour. So I'm just going to single place this last little bit, because I never fill the tray up until they're all filled, so I'll just single place this up here for a little bit here for the time being. Sometimes the drills as well do get stuck, so you just have to sort of like, as you can see, they're not moving, so it's just sort of like, what it is it's where I put the sticker for the code name, it's sticking to that. That's why once I've finished with a tray and I've finished kitting up and that tray is dormant for another painting, I always run them through the wash, just give them a quick wash in the sink, and it gets rid of that sticky residue of the sticker. So far so good, I'm really liking this. See if I can get them all placed there. Oh, it's bloody tray. try again, but this tray needs a little bit of a wash, because the sticker's causing havoc with this. Oh dear. It's also lovely time painting with music, or like just listening to birds whistling outside or passing traffic. Really, really lively. I found out the other day, you know, when you're sort of like looking for paintings to buy, this is good. That's got a lovely stick. On say like, I don't know, GBFKE, there's a thing that they use, it's called trafficking or something, but they can see how many people are visiting the site. It's really interesting. It's like when you're sort of like looking at a new phone to buy, and then all of a sudden you get a chat bot, a chat thing come up saying, do you need some help? It's like they can see that you want to buy a phone. I need to put a battery in this iPhone at some point, because I bought a new phone because this battery, I've tried to replace it myself, but it's a very delicate procedure, because when you open the iPhone, you've got a ribbon cable, and then they've got loads of different components underneath that you have to take out. It's quite a long process. So, yeah. So it's just cheaper to sort of like buy a new phone, but eventually I will sort of like replace the battery, because it's always good to have as like a spare in case like your other phone, you've cracked the screen or something. So yeah. Okay, there's a few stuck to my label here, so let me just sort that out. Some of my jewels can get stuck on the thing, so just going to reattach that to the bottom of the tray, and hopefully that'll stop that stick issue. Yay, look at that. I love it when it gets like that, and then you can pour a little bit more in. I used to pour them all in, but then I need enough room, so as you can see, I've then got a gap for it to multi-place in that. When it's full, you can't really do that, so yeah. But yeah, I'm going to finish off this line now, and then we will call that a session, because I've just gone over slightly, but that's okay. I'm liking this middle part. This part here we might fly by, but it's nice when you've got different dot, and then you zoom into like the multi-place thing. I wonder if there's actually a painting out there that you can multi-place the whole lot. Like it's all blocked of one colour, but I very much doubt that would happen. So this is a good opportunity for me to try a different place up, but I'm happy with the 3. I feel comfortable with the 3. I have tried, I think it's a 5 placer, and I didn't get on with it very well. So yeah. Okay guys, so that's that. So let's see what it's looking like. Oh yeah man, look at that. That's lovely. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I thought it was black and it's actually a blue. I can't wait to get to that orange to see what it looks like, because it is going to pop, because obviously it's a bright colour, but that's what it's looking like. If you want to get this for yourself, the link's in the description. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's totally free of charge. If you want to get me a lovely gift, you can do so in the link. You're not under any obligation to do so, but if you fancy buying me a treat, then you can do that as well. If you want to check out my sister channels, they're all in the description of the video, as well as my Facebook pages and my Twitter, and I think Instagram's on there, but Twitter I still haven't got round to. But anyway, that's that. I'm really excited about this, and this will be coming to the channel on a Saturday. So until next time, see you later.